Yeah, morning, bang bang well. Johnny Bindon. It's weird. It's strange, really, because all the time. I mean, I went Johnny Bindon down at Cromwell Road, yeah, and Johnny Bindon knocked me out, yeah. As such, he put me on my arse. He shook me up, and I didn't go back there and then, yeah. Another time I did, but it seems strange that later on I got involved with a big company, and I used to go to Pal Joey's for dances, all these different clubs, and I met this girl called Danny, and she was under the piano. She'd get nicking bottles of champagne. So me and Danny got together as boyfriend and girlfriend and such, yeah. And we went to her mum's house in Kingston. Her mum was a proper beautiful woman. So beautiful, man. She's tiny, tiny, but she was really beautiful. And my Danny, she was like her mum. Danny was more taller. Danny was 6 foot, and mum was about 5'4", but very beautiful. So my Danny was very beautiful as well. Yeah, got involved, and then when I got involved, I met a guy called Jimmy Ward. Jimmy Ward gave me a place in Kingston to live with my Danny, and I'd done it up. I mean, big loft extensions, done all the back up, but everything was absolutely stunning in there. It's just unbelievable the way I'd done the place, yeah. And then I met the father-in-law, Micky Johnson. He came out of prison, and he'd heard about me when he was in Parkhurst and I was in Albany. He'd heard about me. I've not heard about Micky Johnson, didn't know him, but his daughter Danny used to go and visit him, and he was, and when she went in to visit him, and she said that I'm with this guy called Rail, Dad, and he's really nice. Your man tried to swerve me off, no, I don't have nothing to do with him, you know what I mean? Keep well away from him, I don't get involved with these people. I don't get involved with this sort of fucking this life, yeah. Anyway, but she was involved with me. So when the old man come out, yeah, and I met the old man was always talking about Johnny Bindon and Jimmy Moody. I mean, Jimmy Moody's a proper face. Jimmy Moody's like a proper gangster, dangerous man. But Jimmy Moody used to work with my father-in-law, and Johnny Bindon was always around my father-in-law. It's weird, isn't it? It's like, me and Johnny Bindon fell out at fights, and there you got the old man, mates with Johnny Bindon, talking about Johnny Bindon, and a guy called, what do you call it, Jimmy Ward. Well, Jimmy Ward become like a landlord because I bought the place off him, but I hadn't paid all the money, so he was like a landlord. So I kept paying money to him, but he was really my landlord. I bought the gaff off him in the end, yeah. But anyway, Jimmy Ward with my father-in-law, with Jimmy Moody, and with Johnny Bindon, become very good friends, yeah. And because they're very good friends, they become involved in a big thing about flats and houses. And they was getting some really good properties. And obviously, so Jimmy Ward gave me that property that I had. It wasn't all that at first, but after I spent a lot of money, because I was getting a lot of money at that time, it was absolutely stunning, the place, yeah. And the old man was talking about a guy called Alan Stanton. Well, Alan Stanton was a very good friend of mine, really close to me, yeah. I met Alan Stanton in Chelmsford prison years ago, and when I come out of prison, Alan Stanton was involved with Johnny Bindon. They had a club, I forget where it was now, just say, what, Sudbury, wherever it was, yeah? Big club. And Alan Stanton was with a girl called Jackie Stanton. That was his wife. Well, Jackie Stanton, when Alan Stanton was in prison, she was mucking about with Jimmy Ward. It's a funny old circle. So Jimmy Ward was with my father-in-law. My father-in-law was Jimmy Moody, and Johnny Bindon. It was all like together, and it was a dangerous little clique, you know what I mean? And I was there with the whole lot of them, yeah. And one day, me and Jimmy Ward, we fell out, yeah. We fell out over the monies and bits and pieces that I owed him, and I wanted a bit more than what he wanted to give me. So we fell out as such. Then I goes over to there to speak to him in Northampton, where he lived. He had loads of properties. He had properties everywhere, mate. He was absolutely minted. My father-in-law, they're all the same. Jimmy Moody, Johnny Bindon, they was all minted. They had a coup going, and it come to a lot of money, yeah. So anyway, I went over there to see. He was with some people. These people were the people that was going to top me. Yeah, these people, Jimmy Ward, put a hit out on me and give him 25 grand to kill me. Yeah, it's a big old story. It's a big thing in my book about it. It's proper. Yeah. So the old man, being involved with Johnny Bindon, and maybe talks about Johnny Bindon. One day I sat down with the old man, and the old man used to like a bit of sniff, and so did I. So we were in the front room talking. We're taking the gear, and as he's taking gear, more comes out, yeah. And he's telling me more about Jimmy Moody, and and when they used to go up north and all this, that, and the other, and rob big security companies of the wages when they used to deliver to all these big coal firms and things up north, yeah. So anyway, my father-in-law, that's when he was to work up north, and Jim Moody was with him, yeah. Dangerous little firm, mate. Very dangerous, yeah. I mean, so dangerous. Johnny Bindon, his name would come up all the time, 24/7, you know. And one day, listen, I'm not, I'm not a coward or nothing like that. One day I just, and I speak how it is. And I said, listen, me and Johnny Bindon had wars, Mick, my father-in-law, yeah. What do you mean? I said, well, years ago, when I was down at Cromwell Road, Johnny Bindon knocked me out. He went, yeah, he said, you can have a right fight, John. And I said, like, later on, me and Johnny had another fight, and I done him. He went, yeah, you got to be careful, mate. You got to be careful, mate. He will come back and he will stab you up, yeah? I'm like, listen, I'm not bothered about Johnny Bindon. Johnny Bindon don't fight on me, Mick. He said he really should do because he's a very dangerous man. Well, then, on top of that, I was involved with a guy called Tony Lawrence. Well, Tony Lawrence come from Fulham. All this lot we're talking about, the whole lot of them, Jimmy Moody, my father-in-law, Jimmy Ward, and all that lot, come from the Fulham area. And that's where they all come. And another guy that I've not really mentioned before is a guy called Ray Woodward. Ray Woodward was just off Fulham Road there somewhere. He had a big scrapyard, yeah. But I met Ray Woodward, and he was another dangerous man. But he was another mate of my father-in-law's. My father-in-law had a lot of respect because my father-in-law was a proper guy. You know what I mean? He was like one of the faces, yeah. My father-in-law, and to fall out with my father-in-law really was the worst thing I could ever have done. But my father-in-law didn't like me. He didn't like me because I was getting on with my life, yeah. I was working with a big company that was getting so much bits and pieces that I was earning so much money. Because I was earning so much money, the father-in-law didn't like it, so he wouldn't have caused me more problems. So that's why I think Jimmy Ward put a contract out on me, like to hit me for 25 grand. I didn't know nothing about this until I come here. No, sorry, I was at Harrow, yeah. Well, I got it from my son. Well, my son, Sonny, he now lives in Australia, but my son must have got it from my ex-girlfriend Danny. Danny sent it to my boy, and my boy sent it to me, where it was a deposition, a court deposition, where Jimmy Ward paid these guys. Jimmy Ward, he become a paid informer, a big supergrass, yeah. He got involved with chopping some police officer's head off, or sort of solicitor, I don't know, in a car park with these guys. He grassed these guys up. They got like plenty of bird, but he was the same guys that had a contract out on me to kill me. So now, but Jimmy Ward, right, because he was involved with Jackie Stanton, Alan was involved with Bindon, right? Now Bindon was really pissed off with Jimmy Ward. This is all the same company. This is all the same little firm. Alan Stanton, Jimmy Ward, Bindon, Jimmy Moody, my father-in-law, all that little lot, Wade Woodward, they was all together, all big company, yeah? The only one that wasn't was Tony Lawrence. So me and Tony, I'd go around and see Tony, and I happened to tell Tony about Bindon. I said, look, yes, because he's one of the most dangerous men around Fulham, Tony Lawrence. So like he was called the Brown Bear for reasons, yeah. He was a complete nut, yeah. But he died, I think it was died of cancer or whatever. I don't know the fullest pay of it. But me and Tony was very close in prison. When I come out, we was close. But he was a dangerous guy. I didn't, me driving around with him one day, and I opened the glove department. Like he asked for something open there, and there was a great big fucking handgun in there and hand grenades. And I went, whoa, I ain't into that. He's hand grenades, you know what I mean? I thought, whoa, what? Being I just ain't been out of prison long anyway. I thought, whoa, this is like on top, So I kept away from him. And, but I shouldn't have, because he was earning lots of money. And I was a fool there, But he said to me, Tony Lawrence, because he liked me and he was a dangerous person, he said, look, do you want me to smash that cunt in Bindon to pieces? I said, no, I can do that myself. I've already done it once. I said, I don't need Bindon like that, you know what I mean? And, but Johnny Bindon, he could have a right fight, but he could have a right fight. I mean, the time he come out that Cromwellian and he hit me on the chin, the guy and he was involved. See, he was involved with Joe Pole. He was involved with going down to Joe Pole's pub and training down there with Roy Shaw to fight Lenny McLean. Johnny Bindon was going to fight Lenny McLean. It's a big thing, and because Johnny Bindon was going to fight Lenny McLean, he used to spar with Roy Shaw down at Joe Pole's pub, right? So it was mad, and there's me in Kingston involved with my Danny, and then me and my Danny having rows about the old man, because the old man he took something from me that I thought he was okay, then he knocked me for it, and it caused me problems. I got to pay for something that I'll give to my father-in-law, so he put me in a lot of trouble. But the debt was paid, but the father-in-law didn't really care about that, you know what I mean? Because at that time, I think Jimmy Moody had been topped. I think Jimmy Moody had been hit. I think Jimmy Moody was dead. So Jimmy Moody was out of the Caucasian. He wasn't around. He wasn't around no more. So the father-in-law lost one of his company, but he still had Bindon. He still had Jimmy Ward, and he still had Wade Woodward, but he didn't have Tony Lawrence like I had Tony Lawrence. Yeah. Me and the old man was fighting 24/7. He was very jealous of me in lots of ways. I had lots of money. We had all pairs. We used to have all pair every 6 months. Take them to college, give them their money, make sure they go to college every 3 or 4 times a week, pay for all that, pay for this and pay for that, yeah. We'd have them 6 months and they'd go back to where they come from, then we'd have another one. And all these all pairs used to do was clean the house up. My Danny didn't want them to look after her kids. She wouldn't let no one around my son. My sonny was like her gold mine. She would never let him go. She was like, just loved him so much. And when Ruby come away, was there on the scene as well. It was, she couldn't do anything. It was like, but I was a good old man to my dad. I mean, I would never ever touch my Danny. All I used to do was my Danny. She's a pain in the butt. She's bashed me up so many times. My Danny can have a right fight, and she's just bashed me up, yeah. But I'd rather get bashed up. Really, I used to walk out of the house. I used to go out the house, leave the house for 2 or 3 days, and come back and get bashed up again and go out again. So what's the point? But my Danny, I used to give my Danny money, and she'd go to Spain and places like that. And I always said to my Danny, I had lots of money. I said, why don't you buy a place away? And you can go there any time you want to go. Yeah, but shit never comes to that, yeah. We never bought a place or nothing. We was going to buy a club in Kingston, opposite the county court, a really nice club. And my Danny went, no, not interested. But anyway, that's life, innit? I was a bit silly. I didn't do it myself. I was too busy to get involved with anything, and that's what caused the problem. I wasn't around my Danny. I should have been around her rather than away with the company doing other things with my mate Micky and running around and just earning up some money and bringing it back and giving it to her. And she was, or I said, do you want some money, baby? And she said, yeah. I said, how much do you want? She'd go, oh, that much. She'd never tell you. It'd always be a finger and a thumb. It'd be that much. So I'd give her whatever she wanted. And she knew where the money was anyway. She'd just go and take it. And then the old man, I got a phone call from the old man one day, and he said to me, listen, he said, you're dead. Like that. I said, what's up, Mick? What is your problem, mate? And he was on a shovel really bad, Mick. And he got really, really paranoid and really bad. He said, you're dead. I went, whatever. He said, outside the house there's a white van. He said, and we're waiting for you to come out of the house. So I run out the back, bumper jam around the thing, jumped over this place, got what I got, and jumped around and there was a van, but the old man must have seen it and thought I'd say that he was in it. So there's me trying to open the van and with this thing, and there was no one in it, no one in the van at all. It was like empty. So I said, yeah, all right, Nicky, nice one, mate. And then we fell out big time, and the old man, he said, you're dead. You're definitely dead. I went, okay, Mick. And I said, where are you, mate? He said, I'm waiting for you over the park. So I got at a park opposite my house, a big park, yeah. So anyway, I jumped over the park, couldn't find him, right? But I'd already been to the brick place, right, and got my thing. So I'm in the park, I can't find him, but it's pitch black. Right, so I've got to be really, really careful there and hide in the trees or the edges and all that. So I'm really, ready for it anyway. So I'm walking by the fences and I see a car and there was people in the car. And I went, that's my father-in-law and he's with his people, yeah. I don't know who he was with at that time. It wouldn't have been Jimmy Moody because Jimmy Moody had already been hit, I believe, yeah. It was some other people the old man was with. So I jumped out, bang, 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 let it go, and not one bullet really done anything to them or whatever. It's not people go, yeah, bang, you're dead. It ain't that easy, believe me, to shoot someone from like 10, 15 yards away. It ain't that easy. I'm not like right up, you know what I mean? Like, you're firing shots and they're not going nowhere, you know what I mean? So anyway, shot off, but then it got even worse with me and the old man because he took my Danny from me. I love my Danny so much, and Danny took my sonny with her to the old man's house, yeah. And we fell out over the mum and dad and this, that and the other. And it got to a stage where the old man was just taking the piss out of me, yeah. So I'd come, I didn't live far, walking pace, not walking place, walking not that far from a walk from his house to my house. So I'd go and get myself a great big bayonet, sharp as it is, sharp bayonet, yeah. And I'd go walk down the road, 11, 12 at night, his 5 Series BMW, my Danny's 3.5i BMW convertible, parts just outside. It's this mad. This is my girl that I love, yeah, who's got my kids, my boy at that time. I love her to death, right? How mad is this, yeah? Straight through the roof, cut the roof in about 8 places, or shred the roof. Take the knife, crash, do the tyres in two this side, this two, didn't go around the other side, this 2 tyres. Smash the windscreen, walk down a bit further, down the old man's tyres, his 4 tyres. Done them smashed. Do you like the way I say? Yeah, you know what I mean? Smash the windscreen. Now it's off, innit? Now you know it's on. This is a war. So now I ain't sleeping. I'm on the coke. I ain't sleeping. Paranoid as they come. That is a fruitcake. I'm in the house, sitting there. Phone goes. We had these silly phones, flip phones. The old man, he said, listen, he went, I know you've done my car. He said, I didn't even know you've done your girlfriend's car. And she's the mother of your child, Sonny. And you've done that to her car? What sort of man are you, mate? I said, I ain't done that. What's that, mate? He went, yes, you have. I went, mate, I've been in, I ain't done nothing, mate. He went, no. He went, you've done my car, you've done Danny's car. He said, I don't know no one who would do that. Only you. He said, you're in trouble now, boy. I went, Micky, I ain't done nothing. Anyway, I think to myself, I'm having you. So what I've done, paid the money, had a new roof, mad innit? Had a new roof put on Danny's car, done all the tyres, Dad's tyres, her tyres, done everything, yeah. Give Danny some money and I apologise. Come round there with a nice suit on and apologise. She was at the door. She said, all right, bump, give her the money. Nah, it's got even worse. So the old man's giving me grief on the phone again. Danny's there. This is dusk time. It's summertime, but dusk, warm. I goes walking down there, pair of shorts on, t-shirt, walking there, past the old man's house. There he is, with 2 of his brothers, yeah. I ain't going to mention their names. 2 of his brothers in the front room, bugling it up. They've got to be bugling it up anyway. There's no reason for them to be sitting in the front room away from whatever, bugling it up. I'm going, wanker, like that, wanker, like that to the old man. He's going, way there, right? So I thought, no, fuck this. I'm walking down the road. Because I know the old man is nut as a fruitcake. So I'm walking down the road. All of a sudden, he's shouting out, wait there, don't go no, wait there, right? I turned round, and there's the old man with this overcoat, 3/4 length overcoat on, and it's summertime. It's like dusk, isn't it? But it's warm. He's got his thing on, and I looked round, and he pulled his thing out, and he fired it. He went by me, mate. That was so close to my whatever it was. It could have been a couple of yards away, but it felt like it was like that, yeah. And I thought, fucking hell. It meant it, yeah. And then sort of like I'm running, but I'm also turning around, and all of a sudden he let it go again, and it hit me on the shoulder. But when I say hit me on the shoulder, it didn't go in my shoulder. It hit me, it skinned my shoulder so much so, right, that the power of the bullet, when it hit me, it knocked me over. So if it had gone in me, it fucking, I don't know what it had done. So what sort of gun he had, I don't know, yeah. But it hit me. What? Down I go, but I get up. And then this old boy, not old boy, the old man's walking down there. This geezer's come out the Indian shop with a takeaway. The old man has gone up to this geezer, think he's with me, he's carrying something, he's put a gun in the geezer's mouth. The geezer's crying, do you know what I mean? What, you know, and the old man can't believe what he's doing. He's out of his nut, isn't he? And I run to my car to get something. I've got to, because if not, the old man's going to kill me. So I'll get something and I'll come back. And the old man now is running down the road because what I've got is a little bit more powerful than what he's got. Right? So I'm boom. Right, the old man's gone. He's gone. I get in my car, I drive off, the phone goes, it's my Danny. She said, did Dad shoot you, Ray? I went, yeah, he did shoot me. He said, but I'm not so bad. Anyway, I'm going to say bang, bang, well. I'll finish this off later because my phone's going to just go out, cut in a minute. There's something wrong with my phone. It just said it's going to go. So bang, bang, well. I'll finish my story later, yeah? Nice one, bye.